What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode. And today, you see the title. You already know what it is. The Volkswagen is gone, y'all. Finally. Let's talk about it. As y'all may know, I've been trying to get rid of this Volkswagen for the longest time now. I've had it for 2.5 years. Brand new, 2022, bought it in 21. Ever since I got it, out of all the vehicles that I've owned, it's given me the most issues early on. Most issues early on, right? And the dealership never had any solutions to the problems that I had. They would tell me, hey, it's a lease. Things like this happen when it's a brand new vehicle. Mind you, you already know I had the new body style, or at least coming from what I used to get. It was a different body style from what I used to come in. It was the top of the line SEL version, as y'all already, I'm sure, do know. So it was a situation where I definitely had to deal with these issues accordingly under my own resolutions. I had to think about what I could do to make a situation better that was kind of trash to begin with. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I did. Did I want to do that? Hell no. I was paying more than enough for the vehicle for me not to have to do that, right? But it happened that way anyway, so it is what it is. Steering wheel issues, you know what it was. And then I just had like random just shit that would happen in that car that just was weird, almost on some like bad luck type shit. Like, I mean, that's what it felt like. You know what I'm saying? Like, just weird, the most craziest shit would happen. And I'm like, damn, like, how'd that happen? Whatever, right? So I did get rid of the car. I'm happy about it. It's been a long time coming, like I said before, and I did purchase a new vehicle, which I'm not going to get into just yet, but I will have another video dropping that about the new vehicle and why I purchased it and how I feel about it. But for the people who follow this page or this YouTube channel for Volkswagen content, I would definitely say just stick around, because you're either going to move on like I did, or you're going to still have some issues and problems that you're dealing with the vehicles that you personally own that I still may have the answers to. Mind you, I've been with Volkswagen for a while. I've owned many Audi products. I've owned more Volkswagens. I've had CCs, EOSs, Tiguans, Jettas, So I definitely know my way around a couple of these Volkswagens. Not that I even want to know my way around them, because again, I just feel like these are cars that are easy to get into, but more difficult to maintain based on their personalities, in a sense. And I know that sounds crazy, but these cars really do have personalities. Audis, Volkswagen, same brand, they have personalities. One day it could be running good and be doing, the things that you wanted to do. The next day it could literally bring up crazy lights you ain't never seen before, you wondering why, have no solutions for it. So it's just, one of those type of vehicles that is kind of like really shaky when it comes to that. And the new vehicles that are coming out, some of them are better than others. But again, would I get into another Volkswagen? No, I told y'all that in previous videos before. If I did, it would probably be a Golf R, maybe a GTI, but even still, they have very similar problems as the other vehicles have. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna get a higher trim vehicle of that same brand, but are you really going to get a great car? 9 times out of 10, most likely not. Fun car? Yeah, maybe so, but great car? Most likely not. So, yeah, man, I just was really wanting to get out of that car for the longest. Y'all know it. And I'm just really happy that it was able to be done under circumstances that actually worked out for me. Unfortunately, I did think or thought that I had the vehicle. And mind you, y'all, like I would promise you this, I would go to bat for this. again, it's just, I don't know if it was the dealership that I was dealing with at the time, but like some crazy shit happened, right? So long story short, when I purchased the vehicle, I had it for 30,000 miles, 3 years, right? That's what we agreed to and everything. Now at the time, I don't believe they was doing physical paperwork. They was doing everything through the system. Now, my memory is vague on this certain topic or situation of how this shit happened, but all I know is they were supposed to email the paperwork and everything else that came along with it. I've had multiple emails from the dates that I did purchase the car in my email, but when I go over to check them, none of the actual bill of sale or the information about the car payment and the term is in that paperwork, which was very odd to me. I go up to the dealership, I ask them for the information. They have it, but they have different numbers than what I had in my mind. Now, when I was being sold the car, the actual person that I was dealing with at the time, we had agreed initially to 3 years, 30,000 miles. But we didn't necessarily finish the paperwork the day that we spoke on it, because the car that I was getting was in a museum somewhere being displayed, and they would have to get it transported from there to the dealership. So I'm like, okay, but he's like, bro, but you can lock it in now, make sure we got it here now, so once we set this paperwork up, they'll bring it here. So, you know, of course they made it sound good and shit, so that's what I did. So by the time they got the car there physically, I had to come back and then finish the paperwork and go from there. And that's where I think shit got switched over, because again, y'all, like 100% this whole time in my head was ingrained 30,000 miles, 3 years. So when I checked it out more recent, before I got rid of it, I looked at my paperwork when I actually had to go to the dealership to even get the paperwork. But he had it in the system. They couldn't necessarily print everything that was off because it was older, you know, it was a couple years ago and shit like that, but he was still able to show me in the system. And the shit said 4 years, 40,000 miles. Now, if that was the case from the very beginning, I wouldn't have got the car, y'all. I'm just being honest with y'all. Like, I would have never got the car on those terms, because I didn't want that vehicle for 4 years, 40,000 miles. 3 years was my maximum. So 3 years would have put me right at November of this year to get rid of it. Everything would have been good, washed my hands with it, and we would have been straight. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, so I had to spend more money than I wanted to get out of this shit. So, yeah, it was just a really, really weird situation. I don't even know how that happened the way that it did, but I think it was just a different situation because, again, that vehicle was brand new. It wasn't even on the lot. It was unseen, but it was still like 0 miles on it. They just dropped it off at a museum, had it on display, shipped it or transported it to me. I got the keys to it. I left. I did my thing in it, you know, and that doesn't usually happen for car sales. Even if you're buying a brand new car, it's usually there and shit like that. But I did that because it was like a special color that, you know, most people didn't have yet. It was brand new. Like, you know, I just did it because I'm like, yo, it's like, he talked it up really well. And I'm like, damn, that sounds really good. Like, damn, I could get that for that? All right, well, let's get it, you know? And like I said, on the back end, it wasn't really what I thought it would be. That goes for the car and the fucking actual deal that I made. So I say all that to say, Volkswagen as a whole, to me, isn't the best brand, but it isn't the worst brand either. But if you have a Volkswagen, keeping up with it isn't necessarily the whole job, you know, because you'll definitely have situations and things that happen that really can't be explained, really are just random things. Like, I've had a situation in a Jetta where every time you put the sunroof back, the AC come on, like, or the heat come on. It was the heat, you know. Like, I had an Audi, you know, that just randomly the defroster would just come on and blast like hot ass air, like all the time. Like, it'd just be like weird shit, and the car ran great, but it would just be weird electrical things that would happen that really couldn't even be explained, and you couldn't even necessarily tell the dealer about it because you couldn't prove it at the time you wanted to prove it because it wouldn't happen at that time. It would just happen randomly, you know? So with that, I really can't have a peace of mind with something like that do things like that. And if y'all got Volkswagens, I'm not necessarily telling y'all sell y'all shit immediately, get rid of it, but I'm just saying, like, yo, you got to really be wary about these cars, even brand new ones, because the new ones is still not what they should be. You see what I'm saying? They're really not on that type of level. They look good, you know, their design team is doing good and doing well, but like as far as the actual vehicles running the way they should be running, I can't really hold my head on that and feel any true confidence and be like, yeah, Volkswagen, y'all, let's keep it going. Like, nah. So, as y'all already know, I didn't get another Volkswagen when I purchased this other vehicle, but y'all will know soon. But I just had to tap in with y'all, let y'all know what's been going on. I definitely will be dropping a little more often. I know I've been kind of like, you know, laid back too much and not really posting as much as I would like to, so we definitely gonna get back to posting more. But yeah, man, if y'all like this video, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. If y'all got any questions with the Volkswagens, if you're in the market for another Volkswagen possibly, yo, let me know. Maybe we could, or maybe I can convince you to get something else. You never know. But yeah, man, get in the comment section below, let me know. And just like that, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.